The end of the world is something that people commonly talk about, but whenever I hear that phrase, everyone always speaks about when the end of the world will be, not exactly what the end of the world will be. In today's video, we're gonna be reacting to EAS scenarios, and if you guys don't know, EAS stands for Emergency Alert System Scenarios. For the rest of the video, we're kind of just going to sit and talk about why I don't like EAS scenarios and why they're just not scary to me. Let's get straight into it. I want to start off by saying I did not expect this to turn that dark that quick. Suspicious strangers seen near homes and schools.
911 calls from children and their parents regarding suspicious strangers seen near their homes and schools.
What?
Rather than dismiss these calls, the police department has decided to compile a list of ways to stay safe this Christmas.
Oh my goodness.
If you are between 4 and 12 years old, this message is for you. Pay attention and open your ears.
Okay.
Stay together. There is safety in numbers.
Not
if
for
there
kids.
Is someone you don't know or trust nearby, then staying with friends will not only help you feel safer, but it will also discourage any strangers from trying to harm you.
Am I the only one that like doesn't fear little kids? Like, have y'all, you know that that episode of Family Guy when Peter brings up the question of like how many kids you could beat up? I don't fight kids, but I think I could take a cool 1,000. Roxbury Emergency Alert System, 8:30 p.m.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you a safety announcement from the Roxbury Police. After multiple reported sightings of a suspicious individual loitering around children's spaces in and around Roxbury, the police department has issued the following warnings and recommendations to lower the risk of abductions this holiday season.
To lower?
Residents are use the internet. Monitor your child's internet use and be cautious about the information they share online. This can include not sharing personal information, such as their full name or address, and not meeting in person with anyone they meet online.
It's called common sense. We know this. You're not telling me nothing I don't know, Pop. Free candy? Oh my gosh.
Your child learn to recognize potentially dangerous situations, such as a stranger offering them a ride and free candies or asking for help finding a lost pet. Encourage them to get away from these situations and find a trusted adult for help. Keep personal information private. Teach your child not to share personal information with strangers.
I feel like this isn't even like a real, like, this is just regular advice for
Remind them that it's important
parents.
to keep this information.
I'm gonna say this, and I mean this in like in a nicer way. This is kind of boring. Like, I'm just kind of giving my objective opinion. I'm kind of bored, and you know, I don't know if like this is what EAS scenarios are meant to be. I was under the assumption like they were kind of like in the analog horror space, like the SCP scary kind of space. Now we're halfway through the video. You know, I haven't even had a little shake, so I don't know. Now you guys let me know, is this what EAS scenarios are? Because if so, then okay, cool. But if not, this just seems like a regular broadcast. Like, are these just regular broadcasts I'm watching? Am I just looking stupid?
This broadcast is an official notice from the RCMP regarding the recent surge in break-ins all over rural Alberta. Although the investigation is currently ongoing, the RCMP has seen fit to share certain information to the public in order to keep them aware of the dangers these seemingly harmless break-ins represent, and to hopefully inspire anyone who might know more to contact the investigation team. There have been over 37 reported incidents in the last 48 hours alone. In each case, families reported finding disturbing gifts left at the feet of their children's beds. These gifts range widely from rough-hewn blocks to large dolls and other toys. After confiscation by the RCMP, some of the toys were immediately identified as having been crafted from human remains, the most concerning of which thus far has been a mummified human child dressed in clothing made from leather of suspect origins and a set of jacks made from bone. Given how widespread the incidents are, the RCMP believes this to be the work of a large group and are approaching the investigation with this mindset. The RCMP is working with forensic experts to determine the age and origin of the remains, as well as any other relevant information.
Oh my god, location unknown, name of the photographer unknown, date unknown. These photos were leaked from the RCMP's final report. They are the only visual evidence of the assailant to date. Vital information.
broadcast made on behalf of Angada Sirkana and contains vital information regarding ongoing murder and missing person inquiries. Autopsy reports placed their time of death in the week previous, closer to the new year during the blizzard which struck the area. The alarm was raised when known of the family was seen after the end of the holiday season. Gardi visited the residence for a wellness check and found the entire family killed in what officers are describing as a ritual slaying. The adults in the family, the father, mother, and grandmother, were skinned and hung from the rafters of the barn. Their chest cavities torn open and their entrails removed. Gardi located the missing organs arranged in a spiral formation in an adjacent field. The older child, aged 13, was found inside the home, bones broken until they could be folded inside a small drawer. All victims had their tongues removed and suffered severe lacerations to the thighs and biceps. The details of the killings have been kept from the public until now, as a CRI alert was issued for the youngest child in the family, aged 7. Search parties have been unable to find any sign of the child. If you have any concerns raised by friends of the family and evidence left at the scene, Gardi are on the lookout for any suspicious individuals in the area of Carrigaline. Locals and any visitors during the week of New Year's are asked to call the number on the screen if you recall seeing anyone meeting the following description during the holiday. Extremely tall, at least 6'6", underdressed for the cold weather, possibly barefoot, unsociable, non-local. This message is an official broadcast made on behalf of Angada Sirkana. We thank you for your time and cooperation.
So here's my only critique about the last video we just watched, is that it was so slow. The things that make stuff scary is the bit of ambiance that comes with, you know, watching a video. You can do that with, you know, atmosphere. The first half of the video had no atmosphere at all. And to be completely transparent with you guys, I tried to find other videos, but it had that god-awful AI voice and I just couldn't do it. It was slow in the beginning, very slow. And I personally just couldn't get in the like scared mood with a very slow beginning video. It just wasn't for me. I've seen the EAS scenarios scene kind of getting larger and blowing up, especially with the introduction to like SCP lore and stuff like that being introduced within it, right? My thing with this is that it has a lot of potential. My only problem with most of these, like I've tried to react to at least 3 and I just couldn't. Either they have the extremely awful AI voice or they're just extremely boring in a lot of like cases. You know, while the broadcast is going on, I want to feel as if I'm not sitting at home on my couch, you know, on a happy jolly Sunday watching something frightening. Set an atmosphere, set a tone. I want to feel like I'm sitting on my couch. This just popped up on my screen and it's the end of the world. It just, what a lot of these lack is atmosphere. Atmosphere is big when it comes to horror, and all of these just kind of lack that. It lacks any type of atmosphere. It's just a flat AI voice talking over some script about how the world is ending without any real creativity behind it. You could tell by the views that they get that there is definitely an audience for it. I just feel like for me, it could be taken to 10, and right now it's at like a cool 4, but it could be taken to 10, and when it hits 10, the numbers that this stuff would do is out of this world. But other than that, thank you guys for just listening to me rant a little bit. I just seen that this topic was something that was really gaining traction in the horror scene, and you know, I wanted to get my opinion on it. But with that being said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.